Wow, I've finally beat this game's true ending. This feels so rewarding. Aw, what a wholesome ending. I bet Gregory and Freddy get to live happily ever after. Wrong. I've covered many FNAF games here on the channel, and it comes as no surprise that one of my most interesting and unique theories is about by far the most unique game in the franchise, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Gameplay-wise, this game is not the best, I know, but from a lore perspective, there's a lot going on here. But while most theorists talk about the retro CDs, Glitch Trap, or the Mimic, I'm gonna talk about something else entirely. A tree. One singular tree that changes all of the modern FNAF lore. But before we continue, let your finger branch out, and don't leave those like and subscribe buttons unpressed. I'm trying to reach 250 subscribers by 2024, and I hope you're rooting for me. Jesus. So, let's begin. Security Breach's base game has 6 endings, with 5 of them being considered fake and 1 being real. Whether this is actually true lore-wise is a heated debate, and up to the player's interpretation. Today we'll be focusing on 2 endings from Security Breach and 1 from its DLC expansion, Ruin. These 3 endings are very strongly linked, and, if today's theory is correct, may have huge implications for the future of Five Nights at Freddy's. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first ending we'll talk about today is the Afton ending. This is widely considered to be Security Breach's canon ending. Gregory and Freddy head down to the burned FNAF 6 location and kill Willy for the 4th time? Regardless, after the Afton boss fight is over, we see a cinematic of Afton getting caught by Tangle and probably destroyed, followed by a shot of Gregory and Freddy running as the pizza place, and probably the mega pizza plates above it, collapse. If you look back, Gregory and Freddy running doesn't make much sense. The room where Burntrap is defeated is underground, and while Gregory and co. could be running towards the elevator shaft, given the long trek necessary to reach Afton in the first place, there's no way Gregory and Freddy make it out of the pizzaplex. But as the cutscene fades to black, we're shown an image of Gregory and Freddy sitting on a hillside in the shade of a tree. So that concludes the discussion, right? Gregory can't be dead if we see him here alive and well. No, friends, the discussion does not end here. The second ending we'll discuss is the Savior ending, where Gregory frees Vanessa from Glitchtrap's control and they, along with Freddy, sit on a hill eating ice cream. But this isn't just any hill. This is the same hill we see in the Afton ending. Not only that, but the tree we see is identical to the one we see in said ending. My point? Well, we'll get there. The last ending we'll cover is the Brazil ending from Ruin, not named after the country but after a movie. In the movie, the main character escapes his life through a series of hallucinations. At the end of the movie, as he is about to die, we see him fade into his fantasy, humming a cheery tune as he does. This is exactly what we see in the Brazil ending of Ruin. As Cassie is about to get killed by the Mimic, she fades into a panic delirium, where she sees Gregory happily relaxing on a hill. Except, this isn't any hill. This is the same hill we see in the 2 Security Breach endings we discussed earlier. On the hill, we see Gregory, Hellpie, and another figure, likely Vanessa. As we see this, the music from the daycare plays in the background. But why such a random song? Well, friends, it's not random. In Ruin's code, we can find assets hidden in the daycare. Guess what they are? That's right, it's the mountainside and tree from the endings. So, what does this mean? Well, first off, why the heck are these models here if they're completely unused? The hill and tree in the Brazil ending are animated in a completely different style. So I think this is intentional, Steel Wool sneakily leaving hints for us. But does this mean anything? Yes. Yes it does. Because the sprite name for the hidden tree is SB Ending Tree. Not Ending Tree or even Ruin Ending Tree, but SB Ending Tree. Security Breach Ending Tree. So this is definitely the same hillside we see in the base game. So what does this mean? Well, I have an answer. Gregory is still trapped in the pizzaplex. Or, even more likely, he's dead. I think that after this sequence in the Afton ending, what we see here isn't real. It's Gregory imagining what life would be like if he made it out. Same goes for the Savior ending. When it was revealed that Vanessa could be freed from Glitchtrap by playing some arcade games, fans were skeptical. When we beat Princess Quest 3, we see the game fade to black as a terrifying scream is heard. The person screaming is Vanessa. She's not free. In fact, by supposedly saving her, you've actually doomed her. If Glitchtrap dies, his host dies with him. The delusion that Vanessa's been freed leads Gregory to imagine a perfect, happy life with Vanessa and Freddy. This, just like the other comic book endings, is a lie. A fantasy. This is proven by Ruin, where we can find the comic book endings as real comics, likely drawn by Gregory during his stay at the Pizzaplex. Something else worth pointing out is that the hill from the endings is very similar to the hill and tree from the Lore Keeper ending screen in FNAF 6. The flowers we see on both hills are identical, petals and all. Overall, I think the tree and hill are a metaphor for a delusion. The delusion that life will go on, or that the terror of the past is finally over. Just like the hill Cassie imagines, Gregory's beautiful hillside imaginings are just that, imaginings, wishful thinking. A despairing mind trying to convince itself that everything's fine, just like the main character of Brazil. So, if this is true, then what does this mean for Ruin and the future of Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, if this theory is true, the so-called real Gregory we hear at the end of Ruin is also the Mimic, trying to lure Cassie into a false sense of security. As for the future of Five Nights at Freddy's, it's vague. All the characters from earlier in the franchise are long gone, and the newer ones like Cassie and Gregory are likely dead. Vanessa is also probably dead, and the Pizzaplex is destroyed due to the earthquake. So, who knows? Maybe I'll be proven wrong when the next big FNAF game or book comes along, or maybe this theory is true after all. Thanks for watching, and again, like, subscribe, comment, share, and keep on theorizing. Christmas is almost here, so share your joy for FNAF with others. Just be careful so you don't get locked in a mental asylum.